The queen had just given birth and was about to kill her own child, because she saw a snake-shaped birthmark on the baby's chest, but she knew her own baby had no birthmark. The maid took one look, and realized this wasn't the queen's child. She suddenly remembered that when the queen fainted after childbirth, a maid from the concubine's side came to borrow a red cloth for good luck. The queen realized she was still one step too late. Her baby had been swapped. She figured it out so fast, because she had been reborn. In her past life she raised her son with care, let him inherit the throne, but the concubine stabbed her to death, and told her they had swapped babies long ago. Now the son she had raised stood by his birth mother's side, and stabbed the queen. After knowing the truth, the queen was full of regret. She swore if there was another life, she would make the concubine pay with blood. She never expected heaven really gave her a second chance. She woke up on the day she gave birth. Even though her body was weak, she forced herself to get up, and rushed through wind and rain to the concubine's palace. Luckily, when she arrived, the maid watching the baby was asleep. She quickly took the chance to switch the baby's back. The concubine had no idea. She was still feeling proud of herself, and even came with the emperor to visit the baby. She watched as the emperor made the baby crown prince. Her grateful smile made the queen secretly laugh. Time passed. The little crown prince became a smart and well-behaved child. When the concubine heard how impressive he was, she brought him desserts to please him, but the prince refused, saying he didn't eat sweets to protect his teeth. Even though the prince didn't eat it, the concubine wouldn't give it to the boy she raised either. The child was so hungry he lost his pride. He got on the ground and devoured the cake. The queen mocked her, saying the concubine treated him like an animal, like he wasn't her own son. The concubine nervously explained, but the queen played dumb, saying even if he wasn't her real son, who could let a child starve like that? But the concubine wanted the queen to suffer, to watch her son be tormented every day, so she treated the boy even worse, and started praising the crown prince constantly. Even the prince couldn't stand it, and asked her to treat the second prince better. But the concubine took out all her anger on the second prince. When they returned, she forced him to eat a full plate of osmanthus cakes. Not long after, the queen got word from her maid. The second prince had stomach pain from the cake, and needed medicine to throw up. But all the medicine in the palace had been fed to the dogs by the concubine's maids, so the queen rushed to the concubine's palace. She pretended to comfort her and told her to stay calm, then told the doctor to prepare the medicine. But the doctor shook his head and said the medicine was gone. The queen pretended to be angry and asked, how could such a common medicine be gone? Just as the doctor was about to speak the truth, the concubine cut in, and blamed it all on the maid. But the queen didn't let it go. She said she had already brought a dose of the medicine, and had it delivered to the second prince. Seeing that the queen had the medicine, the concubine had nothing to say. She pretended to agree, but secretly gave her maid a signal. Soon the medicine was served. The queen ordered the doctor to feed it to the prince, not knowing the medicine had been swapped. It was actually a drug that caused rashes.